Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, in this episode, I'm going to, I was surprised on the Acupuncture is My Life app in the messaging section. I get tons of questions on symptoms relative to magnesium deficiency. And as I'd explained to various individuals who'd messaged Acupuncture is My Life, and also just, it's worth it to download the app. It's free. You can download the Acupuncture is My Life app from the App Store. If you have any questions about any of these podcasts or any episodes that came on Acupuncture is My Life TV or any of the Acupuncture is My Life blogs or postings on our social media platforms. There's so much to the app, and you'd also be able to message us with regards to anything you've heard or seen on any of our platforms, such as what was done with magnesium and so much more. But I want to say this, okay? Either sit with your physician annually and ask questions. Sit with an acupuncturist. And when you really want to get into the deep aspects of vitamins and minerals, you can sit with a registered dietitian or contact Acupuncture is My Life, because we also have a registered dietitian that we're affiliated with who does virtual sessions. And she also has episodes running on Acupuncture is My Life TV, which is streaming on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Android TV. So it's worth it, to contact us. Why do I say that? Is because you don't want to self-diagnose and feel that you need to start taking a certain supplement. Let's say calf pain or cramps in the calf. I'm so sorry. Cramping of the calf muscle. And individuals will feel it. Oh, I'm magnesium deficient. That's not necessarily the case at all. It's not necessarily the case. You could be vitamin D deficient. There's other minerals and vitamins that you could be deficient in. And it can cause cramping. You could also be, your potassium levels could be low. It's more to it, and that's why it's best to sit with a professional. Because many individuals are self-diagnosing and creating toxic internal environments because they're overdosing on a particular vitamin or mineral, even probiotics, and they have no clue as to what they're deficient in. And there's a reason why I constantly state over and over, see your physician on an annual basis, because there's blood work that can be done that your physician would sit with you and go over. Because acupuncturists, not just acupuncturists here at the Acupuncture is My Life clinic in New York City, but acupuncturists globally are constantly faced with the challenge of detoxifying in a toxic internal environment because someone decided to go the wrong direction with supplementation based on, what they read on Google or whatever your source is. Some individuals will take what a coworker, a friend, or family member recommended. And you know what? Maybe that will suffice for their situation and not yours. So take heed to what I'm saying. See your physician on an annual basis, because you do blood work and there's panels that'll determine what you're deficient in when it comes to vitamins and minerals. Now, an acupuncturist can detect this as well, but we're going to translate that into acupuncture terminology. Yes, we'll explain it to you as to what it means. But sitting with an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits, you can't beat it. But some of the signs is, let's talk about magnesium deficiency in response to individuals who've messaged, and this is a global issue because there were individuals from South America, some from Europe, some countries in Europe, in West Africa that I've received messages from. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, and some of you guys that are listening, you asked that I bring up your name and what country you're from. No, I'm not going to do that, but the topic is great. Because when it comes to magnesium, it's an important electrolyte, and every cell in your body utilizes it. And it's very easy to become magnesium deficient because, these fast foods, these garbage foods that we're eating today, processed foods, it depletes. It doesn't give us the vitamins and minerals that we need. It just chemically tastes good. Which is why I say over and over, seeing acupuncturists undergo Eastern nutrition counseling and stay away from the processed foods, and I do discussion on Eastern nutrition and foods to stay away from. There's a reason for that. And if I haven't answered someone's question clearly, this is why I say having the Acupuncture is My Life app, you can just message us and we'll go even further. But, some signs that you're lacking magnesium can be fatigue. And it's one of the first signs, and it's very common, but one of the first signs of magnesium deficiency. Because magnesium, one of its roles is the role of converting food into energy. And when you're magnesium deficient, guess what? That conversion process becomes negatively impacted. Another is showing signs of weakness. Why? Because when magnesium is deficient, potassium cells, which are inside of a person's muscle cells, tend to decline, presenting with a condition called hypokalemia. That means that you have low potassium levels, which plays into muscle weakness or myasthenia gravis. Okay? Another is your muscle spasms. Why? Because magnesium helps the muscles relax. And if you're lacking in magnesium, you may experience spasms and cramping. And magnesium, it's also known for neurological or nerve transmission. And sometimes experiencing numbness and tingling sensation in your hands and your feet can be a sign of magnesium deficiency. But you'll sit with an acupuncturist, you'll sit with your physician or registered dietitian to discuss this. Poor appetite can be a sign. Poor appetite. See, you have to understand something. Health is wealth. The wealth, it's not in the stock market. It's not in some type. It's not in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not in your pocket. It's not in your purse. It's not under the mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. The wealth is in you. And to all of a sudden have a poor appetite should be a concern, because it could possibly be an early sign of magnesium deficiency. And what can accompany that is nausea and vomiting. You see individuals who come into Acupuncture My Life Clinic looking for nausea and vomiting to be treated. But I said this before. As a licensed board certified doctor of acupuncture, we don't simply treat symptoms. Symptoms are indicators that there's something larger looming. There's something wrong. So you see any type of healthcare practitioner, and they only treat the symptom or look to treat the symptom. Here's a bit of advice. Walk out of that office. Just tell them, have a nice day. Be nice. Walk out of that office and find yourself an acupuncturist right away. And I'm not saying any particular healthcare professional or provider of any sort does that. I'm just saying, if you go into a healthcare provider's office and, hey, you got a cough? I'm just going to treat the cough. Hey, your stomach hurts? I'm just going to treat the stomach ache. Get up and walk out. And look for an acupuncturist right away. I don't need to elaborate on that, because if you've listened to my past episodes, you know why I'm saying this. So you're experiencing nausea and vomiting relative to loss of appetite because you could possibly be magnesium deficient, but someone wants to treat the nausea and vomiting. What is that doing for the magnesium deficiency? If that's the case. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it. That's as far as I'm going to go with it. Another sign can be, believe it or not, high blood pressure. Why? Because magnesium relaxes a person's blood vessels, which in turn lowers their blood pressure. This is not the case for everyone. So if you're listening to this podcast and you have high blood pressure, don't run out and get magnesium supplements. None of these symptoms I just presented. I'm just giving you examples. You want to find out if you're magnesium deficient? Go see your physician. Request the CBC to include a vitamin and mineral blood panel. State your concern to your physician and go from there. I'm not saying high blood pressure is only due to magnesium deficiency. No. But magnesium does relax blood vessels, which then lowers blood pressure. And if you're chronically low in magnesium, it increases your risk of high blood pressure as well as heart disease. And I say see an acupuncturist because when we sit down and we do Eastern nutrition counseling, you're supposed to get your vitamins and minerals from the foods in which you eat, not from a plastic capsule. Okay? Remember that. That's why Eastern nutrition counseling is super important. Remember that. And while you remember that, while you're remembering that, make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?